Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the original 1994 Disney animated classic, Lion King.
What's going on here?
If you've only seen it once, you haven't seen it all. Don't miss The Lion King, rated G.
So here's the thing, I haven't seen this movie in like years. I mean, ever since I was like probably in middle school, I haven't seen it since. And me and Josh are thinking about going to see the new Lion King, quote-unquote live-action remake, which we will probably do a review for. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this like I did with Aladdin, the Aladdin remake. I'm really wanting to go and see the original movie before I go and see this. So I can have the original fresh on my mind, because it's like, I'm going to have to at some point compare the new one to the original classic in my review. I'm just going to have to, because it is a remake of that original classic by the same studio that made that original classic. So most of you probably do know the story of the Lion King, but for some of those rare few who may not know the story, so of course the Lion King takes place in Africa. We get Mufasa, who's the king of Pride Rock, and they all get ready for like basically a baby shower, because Mufasa now has a son who is going to eventually become king, which his son's name is Simba. So we eventually cut to Scar, who is Mufasa's brother, voiced by Jeremy Irons. And of course, it turns out Scar is the main villain, the antagonist of this movie. He is the leader of a whole group of hyenas who all want to take over the throne, kill Mufasa. They want to kill Mufasa so that they can take over the throne and rule. And because of a certain incident, Simba is now forced to run away, where he comes across Timon and Pumbaa, and decides to, just leave his past behind, forget about it, and just basically live life not caring. Until at some point he decides to come back, face off against his uncle Scar, and try to reclaim his place as king. That's basically the gist of the story of Lion King, without getting into spoilers, for some of those rare few who may not have seen this movie. And I will say I've noticed some flaws with the movie, but it wasn't anything like but it wasn't anything to the point where it like really frustrated me. And honestly, I might get a little hate for this, but after rewatching this for so many years, I now kind of don't like most of the songs. Honestly, a lot of them are really annoying in that, and the sad thing is, me and my mother were watching this, and she was singing along to it, and I was like, ugh. The only song I really like that, I honestly was tempted to hum in that and start singing. I just didn't remember the lyrics well enough to where I could sing with the song, and that's Be Prepared. That song is freaking awesome, and honestly, in my personal opinion, the best song in the whole movie. Now, also, the animation is really good. Like, it's a big movie, I will say. Even with some of its flaws, it's still really big in scope and scale. Like, seriously. In fact, if it were to be re-released in theaters again, I would probably go and see it in the theater. I really will try to. Now, after rewatching this film as well, some of the characters I'm like, not as strong as they were when I was a kid, like Timon and Pumbaa. I found them funny when I was a kid. Now as an adult, I'm like, they're not awful. I think they're serviceable. It's harmless. They did got a chuckle out of me, a few times. But that's it, really. I never found them, like, straight up hilarious, like, laugh out loud. Also, I really do like the message that is given in this film, which is to not run away from your past, and instead actually confront it. That's a really good message, actually, and one that's not really talked about with Disney, or really, if you, because most of the times it's like either like follow your heart, listen to your, like follow your dreams, and so yeah, I really did like the message they were trying to come across with this movie. I just think it should have been a little bit better executed with the message, but I think it did well enough. And I really like the end sequence, really, for most part. And yeah, I still really like this movie, even after all these years. I wouldn't say it's like, I don't know, honestly. This is the first Disney animated film I've seen. Like, classic Disney animated movie I've seen in, like, years. I may probably watch more at some point, review more. I only did this really because A, I wanted to, and B, me and Josh are going to see the live action, quote unquote live action, Disney remake of it in the theater soon, and I'll have a review up for that, which Joshua will be a part of it. So that I could, like, I'll try to judge that remake as a movie on its own, but also judge it as a remake to the original and compare and contrast. So yeah. But overall, I really like this movie. If you have, for whatever reason, you have not seen the original Lion King, definitely check it out. I highly recommend it. In fact, if you haven't seen it, or if you have, but have not seen it in theaters, the next time it's released in theaters, go and watch it in the theater. That's what I'm probably going to do if that happens. So I'm going to give the original animated Lion King a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's not, like, I noticed there's some, like I said, there's some flaws that I've noticed as an adult. Even my mother noticed some flaws with it, and she loves this movie, and I still really love this film, actually. Yeah, definitely check it out. Just do it. Especially if you haven't seen this movie, which if you haven't, what have you been doing with your life? So that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.